Hello, good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the replayers. If you're watching the replay, type hashtag replay in the comments. And if you're new to my lives, type new, hashtag new in the comments. And welcome. I talk about anything that creates and brings us a little more stillness and inner peace. So, right, I'm going to go to number 1. Everything is a miracle. And I know that there's a famous quote by Albert Einstein that says there's only 2 ways to live your life. One is as though everything is a miracle. 2, to live life as if nothing is a miracle. And those 2 ways really, with me, makes me see like my first half of life and now my start in my second half of life. The first half of life, it was more about me being at war with the world, trying to be successful, trying to be this, trying to be that. And I just missing everything. Wasn't seeing everything for what it was. I was seeing everything for how I wanted it to be. And boy, that was frustration. That was suffering. But now I just spend a lot of my day in complete amazement. You know, with a gratitude practice and things like that, I wake up in the morning and I pull my table over and I've got my iPad and I'm like, oh my God, 6 o'clock in the morning, I've got an iPad, this flat device that in some way magically connects to millions of other computers. And I can listen to any CD. I can watch nearly any movie, any TV program. I can read any book, all on this flat device. Wow. And not only that, the comfort of the home and all the other things. And, you know, because I don't get my carers out of bed that early in the morning, because I wake up and do my meditation, I do a bit of reading. I have a thermos flask that they make a cup of coffee for me, 8 o'clock at night. And by the miracle of science and physics, I in the morning, 6 o'clock, I've got a lovely warm cup of coffee. And when I'm out for a walk now, I just look at the stars and think, you know, wow. The reason why I can see that star is because about maybe 5 billion years ago, the star's energy, a photon left the star and travelled through space all the way for 5 billion years and collided with not only the Earth, it collided with my eye, happened to be looking up at that star in that moment, and that photon ended its life in the back of my eye for me to be able to see that star. Wow! You know, if that isn't absolutely a crazy miracle, what is? You know, just everything. And the other thing is, like, when we conceive and have a baby, when we conceive, you've got something so small that you cannot even see it. It's like tiny. And that holds all of the programmable information. Eye colour, hair, how to grow and what limbs when. You know, after about 6 weeks of growing a heart and growing a bit of the person, the heart suddenly starts beating. Boom, boom, boom. Wow. How? Wow, you know? And then for the next 60, 70 years, that heart beats, 60,000 times every single day? And yet we look at things and we're trying to look for miracles. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. You know, just look at the way the leaves fall off the trees this time of year. The way the tree knows from that little acorn or that little seed, it knows to every single year drop the leaves. I need you to let go of me so I can survive, so I can come back next year and grow some more leaves. You know, it's just incredible. It's incredible. So I'm going to ring the bell, and I want us all to sit for just 1 minute. And I want you to feel what your life and how it would change if everything around you is a miracle. Everything. You're a miracle. Every thought is a miracle. Everything is just a miracle. And we focus on our breath. Relax our shoulders. How does it feel? Everything is a miracle. Every breath, the air you breathe in, every atom in your body, every molecule, your eyes, you are right now a miracle. So now we're going to move on to the next one. I'm going to check the comments now. I'm going to move on to the next one. Like birds, how do they know where to migrate? So many miracles. Exactly. You know, the story of the albatross just blows me away completely. You know, they get to like their teenage years, their feathers fall off. They know to be sick to get any of the stones or anything like that. Nowadays, plastic out of their lungs, and they know on that specific day and that time when they're perfectly weighted, and they stand there and they float a little bit, and they go, no, I need to get rid of a bit more, and they float a little bit, and then they take off, and they don't land for months. They don't land until they're fully grown adults. They just know everything's going to be okay. How does that little embryo know all that information? It's just completely mind-blowing. It really is mind-blowing. And then we moan about the little things like, oh my God, where's my internet gone? I'm going to read a couple of comments. I'm going to go on to number 2. I always love the way birds are singing as well. We call it singing. They could be having a domestic. They could be like sitting in a tree going, no, you're not. You come home late last night. You're not. Do you know what? Last night I said you're going to have to find your own tree. Could be. I often think that. I think it'd be hilarious. And how chickens know to lay eggs, exactly. It's like Disneyland Wonderland, exactly, Sandy. Well, number 2, everything is there for us. Just take a deep breath and think about that for a minute. So imagine the air is there for us. You know, everything around us, every atom in our body, everything is there for us. Every person we meet, every encounter, every story is there for us, for our enjoyment, for our whatever we take from it, for us to live. Imagine how that would change your life. Imagine how you would treat people differently. Imagine how much more grateful you would be if realizing that everything is there just for us. I don't mean you lot, I mean like for me. Everything here is for me. And just the same as you, everything is there for you. I'm live now, not for me, but for you, and you, and you. And you're all seeing a different live, and you're all seeing a different thing. The whole of the world out there, everything is for your internal purpose and life and pleasure for you to live. So I'm going to tap my bowl again, and I want you to focus on your breath and ground yourself. And think what it's like to everything is there to serve you. The whole world, the whole universe is there for you. Everything that's manifesting, everything that's happening, every event, every experience is there for you. And then just when you feel like the real pleasure in that inside, just smile. Because even the smile's there for you. Your own smile is there for your own enjoyment. Your laughter, your feelings, your life is there for your enjoyment. For you to embrace. Thank you, Tiffany. Caterpillars into butterflies, yeah. So true, birds are singing, but they could be shouting. They could be no different than us. And I love that thought. I love that thought because it means they're experiencing the whole of life too. They're able to, what kind of a life would be if the moment you were born to the moment you move on, if you just sang? It wouldn't be that great because it would become normal. What if you lived to be 500 years old? You would have no rush. So we live the perfect length of time. Everything is there for us. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Tina. Right, I'm going to go on to the next one. Everything is our teacher. Every narcissist, every child we come across, every animal, every bird, every asshole. Everybody is our teacher for some way. Imagine if someone once said to me, what if, and it reminds me of that Joan Osborne song, what if God was one of us? What if, that person is a manifestation of God, and how would you treat them differently? I don't even need to carry on that because I know every single one of you got so much empathy and so much love to give here that you know exactly what I'm saying. So imagine everything is here to teach us. I'm going to ring my bowl again and I want you to sit with that. Every single person, even the people that we deem as bad or we dislike or we cannot be around, or negative people, maybe they're all there for us to teach us something. They are all our teachers, bodhisattvas. So focus on your breath and just slow your breath down, deeper breaths. You breathe in calmness and breathe out relax. And then every single person you've ever come across is your teacher. Everyone, everything, every encounter, every experience is there as a gift to you to help you to find your purpose, to live your life, and to experience what it means to be human. And then smile and just like, wow. So, how does that feel doing that? Just, does it feel odd or just does it feel incredible? Give me odd or incredible. I know, Sarah, it is so powerful when, we spend most of our lives suffering with trying to get everything the perfect way. Trying to put everything in boxes, trying to do everything. And we're doing it exactly the way we want it. Instead of just looking up and going, let's just love the way it is. Because that's what every single one of these are. Every single one of these can be put under one thing, is just love. So, I believe animals do. Have you ever seen two bulls in a pen? They fight for dominance. Yeah. Hi, Catcher. Hi, Dolores. Oh God, narcissist again. They're there for us to love, Maureen, whether we like it or not. It's difficult. And I'm going to go on. It's starting to feel like you can read my mind. We're all in each other's minds. We're all so interdependent on each other, everything, and life. Not dependent. Dependent's different. Interdependent means, we are dependent on others. If we lived in a life purely by ourselves and we never met anybody else, we would never grow. That's a fact. That's a fact. Everything is impermanent. Everything is impermanent. So, I'm sat here now and I've got a nice screen in front of me. I've got all these things. You're here with me. I'm sat here. In a blink of an eye, we're all going to be gone. I think I own these items. I don't own any of these items. Every single one of these atoms and molecules are giving up their time to lend for my pleasure and to be here with me and to give me something that improves my life. They're all individuals, they're all doing their own thing for me, and they will all move on. I don't own anything. Nothing is mine. But everything I can enjoy. We're just passing through. And while passing through, let's make the most of it. And this isn't a sad thing. This is an incredible thing to realize. Because while we think we're permanent, while we think we're here forever, while we think we'll live on and all that, I don't know what happens after life. I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried how I live now, today, this moment, how I do this live. I cannot do anything other than what I do right this moment. And that's all that concerns me, is how I show up in this moment. And in this moment, and in this moment. And every moment is a different moment. It passes. And when we focus on sound, we see it in life. We just become aware that every single sound is a new sound. I cannot say the same word twice exactly the same. Everything is a new thing. Everything is changing. Every day is different. If you think every day is the same, look back over 6 months. So I'm going to ring the bell, and then I'm going to move on to the last one, because the last one, the last one I'll open you. Especially if you live from it. I'm going to ring the bell. Imagine everything is here to serve us now. Everything is impermanent. Everything is here temporary. Everything is just moving through. Even the earth, even our solar system. Not even that is permanent. It's here for us today. We're not promised anything. There's nothing you can find that's permanent. It's just us trying to want it forever. And not even us wanting is permanent. And that's what makes everything here right now so incredibly important. Everything. If any of it was permanent, you wouldn't give it the same gratitude. You would absolutely just pass it by. So embrace impermanence. Embrace everything is temporary. It is, there's one thing knowing it. We know everything is temporary. From a reasonable age, we grasp that as a knowledge, but we don't live it. We don't approach our friends, we don't approach life in the fact that it is very sweeping. And I just love the phrase, we're passing through. And I'm going to go on to the last one. And this one, everything comes from caring. Now, if you embrace this one, if you embrace the fact that the person gets mad because he cares, the person gets angry, the person does all these things, may be misguided. It may not even be anywhere near where you're to in life, but it is because they care. And everything does. You know, the tree cares about its environment, same as the grass next to it, same as we do, same as the birds. And below all the noise of everything, below all the thoughts, the anger, the depression, the loneliness, the desires, the ecstasies, the orgasms, the joy, everything, that's noise, that's all story, that's all fun and games and ego. Below all of that, there's one layer that comes out of the emptiness, or comes out of the shunyata, as the Buddhism would call, the soul, Christians would call it, that comes out of that silence, that stillness. And that's a heart that cares. And there's nothing more universal in any sentient living things than that. You see it in animals, you see it in everywhere. If you open your eyes and you open your heart to it, you see it everywhere. And you even see it with the people that we don't think care, but they do. They care about someone or something. Just because it's not what you care about doesn't mean they don't care. So, embracing this really will change the way you approach life. So going through the 5 things, everything's a miracle. Everything is. And everything is there for us. Everything's a miracle and it's there for us. And it's all teaching us something. Everything. Every conversation, every thought, every feeling, every emotion is teaching us something. And it will fade and it will go. And it's only there in a fleeting moment. And if, maybe you don't get the lesson in that fleeting moment. Maybe you have to wait for it to come around and bang you on the head another 100 times. At some point you'll get the lesson. At some point it's like, I get it now. Wow. And then underneath all of those thoughts, all of those feelings, all of those emotions is one thing. It's because we love and we care. And that's what makes humans the greatest miracle of everything. We have a thought, we have a feeling, we have emotions, and we're able to look at them and perceive them. There's nothing more powerful than that. There isn't. And I'm going to ring my singing bowl and just sit with today's life. How does it feel if the whole life is there for you? Everything is there to serve you and your caring and loving heart. Because that's what you are innately. That's what you were born as. We just lost our way. And that's where home is. Home is that deep, loving, caring heart. We just lost our path to where we take it. That's all. Where in your body do you feel that? If you were to picture love somewhere in your body, where would it be and what colour and what shape? And where to? How does it feel? See, this deep caring is like the sun. It doesn't choose who it shines light on. It just shines light. It doesn't go, there's a cloud there, I'm not going to shine there. It just does it anyway. And that's who we really are, is this light. And everything is pointing towards us. Everything is there for us to shine. For us to become the best possible version of ourselves. Take a deep breath to that. I'm going back to that one because, everything is. There's so much noise and thoughts that go on in our lives of how we want things, how things should be, how we want our lives to be. And letting go is not giving away possessions. Letting go is not pushing people away or trying to live some kind of pauper's life as a Brahmin, as what the Buddha lived for many years. He gave up rice. He was eating rice, and then he even gave up that because he wanted to give up all desires. It's not about that. It's about It's about listening to your feelings and allowing life to flow through you. That's what letting go is. Letting go of what should be flowing through you. Letting go of how it should be doing it. Just love and live your purpose. Live what you enjoy and allow life to flow through you, and everything will become a miracle. It really, really will. And do you know what? Thank you guys. Thank you for your shares, your loves, your openness to learn, your openness to love, and, most importantly, your vulnerability. That's the hardest thing of most humans after we've closed down so much and we're taught to close down so much, is to open up and be vulnerable. A flower as a bud is protected, but at some point that flower opens, and it opens to spread its pollen, it opens to bloom, to love. It doesn't compete with the ones next to it. A rose doesn't grow and go, I cannot believe I'm stood next to this rose, it's an inch taller. It doesn't moan that it's beside a road. It just blooms when it's ready. And if we do that, miracles happen. They really, really do. So on a deep breath of much love and appreciation, I'm going to say namaste and